moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Bryant with a catch right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Barkevious Mingo in that time on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, here's Breeze. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now Breeze on third down. And incomplete here on third down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Wilson. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
14. Tempo.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson being chased out left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On second down, here's Penny. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Completes it to Dixon. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Tempo.
Here's a give to Penny. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Here's Wilson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Alex Anzalone in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 34 yards there and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Penny. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Out to kick is Janikowski. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Shrugs him off. And some space here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On second down, Kamara. And some room to maneuver. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. On the crossing route, complete. That's Thomas. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So 2 missed field goals for them now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
14.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Finding some room at midfield. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Baldwin's first catch going to be good enough for a 1st down. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Get it, baby. Let's go.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
14, Friday.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Complete to Bryant. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Got it.
Breeze now on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Let's go get it, baby. Let's go. Tempo. 19.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. This will be caught inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. The pitch goes to Penny. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. And the Saints signal for another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Throwing is Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Breeze now on first down. And that is incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Got it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
12. 36.
Now Breeze. Going deep here for Bryant. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded just inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Now Wilson on first down. Room here to run. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about it.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Sheldon Rankins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He's going to air this out for Baldwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big gain of 38 there on third down. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Wilson now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one 28 yards on the ground.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is,
and he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Jaron Reed breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
Ready.
Breeze to throw on second down. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Breeze. On target over the middle to Hill. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Going up top. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense?
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Tyler Davison able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Wilson, operating from the gun. Out left side here to Bryant. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep it with Penny on first down, and he's going to be met at about the 43. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Wilson looking to throw on second down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Penny. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. they're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And the Seahawks on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Wagner in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Here we go.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Let it.
Now Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Breeze got to have this one. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Morris Claiborne, the former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively. So instead of the incredibly obvious choice of trying to punt him out near midfield, now they've left their defense with no margin for error.
No, 0. And I don't care how much confidence you have in your defense. I don't care if you say, hey, I'm going to be aggressive because those guys can pick me up. You've really put them in an impossible situation because at the least, you're giving up 3 in that situation, right? So I would have punted the ball out of there and given them a little bit of a cushion.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. In for the score. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
12. Got it.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of the play is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tyler Davison in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 13. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Here we go. Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. Play set. Ready for set.
They run it again with Kamara. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Shotgun now for Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Barkevius Mingo in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this...
And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know
for them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Janikowski good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. From midfield, here's Breeze. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now Rashad Penny, and he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Let's go, let's go. Everyone's got 4.
Again, it's Penny. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the no the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No my burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you when I no I can't show you no love, baby. I am a boss in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and I'm these models and it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock